Tell me, what is wealth? What is the worth of money? What's the point of spending so much time, so much of our energy working for money when wealth, it might actually be in other things. Welcome in, fam. Much love. Trav here. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope that you're doing wonderful. And I hope today together we can discover something and learn something and broaden, expand our mind on this concept of wealth, something that's very important, and we can improve our lives along the way. So this is something that I've realized. I definitely, look, a lot of people chase the wrong things. I've done that a little bit for money. But money, yeah, okay, it's necessary. It's nice to have some, especially in this sort of society, this culture, it's stored value. But what is wealth? Here's some other examples of wealth. Wealth is growing everything that you need in your own backyard. Do you need money at that point? If you have everything you need in your own backyard, if you have friends, if you have family who will help you out, there's some wealth in that, but you can't necessarily put a financial value on that, right? When you're healthy, and you have your physical body that can do a lot of things and you're vigorous and have a sharp mind, that seems like some wealth to that too, right? But what's the money figure you can put on that, right? If you have time, you have free times, you have spare time, is that wealth? If you're happy, is that wealth, right? If your time is really good and you're enjoyable. So what I'm getting at is that, yeah, money is helpful. But money is more of a tool towards things that make your time good, that make your life good. And money doesn't even lead to some of those things. It can help for some. And look, I'm not a money hater. Money is definitely important. But it shouldn't be the primary target of energy that you put out on your work. Primary target of energy you put out on your work should be having a good life and having good individual days. And that doesn't necessarily mean your job should be chilling on the beach or something like that, but it should be something that's challenging, intellectually stimulating, maybe a little physically challenging. You get to work with people and solve problems. You like your team, who you work with, and most importantly, you have a very important higher purpose, cause, reason for the work, fulfillment, feel like you're making a difference, right? If you get paid from that, that's good too, right? And you should get paid if you're making a big difference. It's not that you shouldn't get paid a lot either, but pay is kind of the byproduct of the work that you feel is important. And when you take that approach, you see a lot more wealth in the things around you, or create a lot more wealth, things that aren't necessarily just as financial. Like if you say that someone would pay you to do your work, you would pay to do your work, but you're getting paid, then your wealth is even beyond your money because it's double, right? You can't put a cost on happiness. You can't put a cost on these relationships and so on. So something to think about for wealth is like, if you're an entrepreneur or you're really fixated on money, look at it from some different perspectives. And I recommend backing up. Like, again, money is nice to have, but you want to look at how you can give yourself security, which is what money kind of represents as well, not just with money, because you have infinite money, but then you need to trade that in for the things that will, for your security. But you can skip money if you have all the fruits, vegetables growing in your backyard, you live on a farm. You can skip the money if you have, basically you're paid with a place to live. You can skip the money if you have a bunch of people who have your back and help you out on various things. There's doctor, dentist, mechanic in the family, that sort of a thing. You skip the money, right, and pay them back in other ways. You skip the money if you're real happy with what you have. So that's something that I've been thinking about on my course. I'm at my age, for my peers, not making as much money as most of my peers. However, that's not because I haven't prioritized wealth. Most of my peers are not living, don't have this sort of abundance in their backyard. Most of my peers aren't in as good health as me. Most of my peers aren't living connected in a community the way I am. Most of my peers, a lot of my peers don't have as good days. Most of them, I would say, don't have as good days. So you put your wealth in other things. again, money is nice to have, but don't let it fool you and lead you in the wrong direction too far, because you don't want to waste your time doing shit that you don't like, having weeks that you don't like, days that you don't like, adding up to months you don't like, years that you didn't enjoy too much because you're stuck at a job that you don't like. Do things that you enjoy and are important and you care about and challenge you, and focus on the root source of wealth, not the proxy. Money can represent wealth, but it's the middleman in between. You can go straight to the source, swim out in the ocean, catch fish, eat with your family, and life will be pretty good that way. So hope you find that helpful and motivates you. Maybe there's one small thing that you can do or one major thing that you can do to improve your wealth. For me, thinking about, I'm kind of there with the food. I'm okay on money. Maybe I could reprioritize and improve my health a little bit. I've definitely had the approach, like I'm doing all this farm work, my health will just take care of itself. But I should be a little bit more strict in my diet, because that slips at times, and I could be a little stricter on doing some more workouts outside of work to make sure I don't get injured. So that's my resolve. If you have one, please fire it off in the comments down below. And now I'm getting back to work my afternoon evening shift. So appreciate you, thank you. I look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.